Yo, so I've been getting into more comics as of lately. I'm a manga fan, anime fan, but comics, I'm like a casual. And I guess if you really count the Sonic comics, I'll come back to that. I've been reading Invincible season 4 and like 5 now, and it's been, you'll see, Invincible video season 4 coming soon. I've been getting to more comics. I've been reading that, trying to get back into Status Shock. I know that's coming back soon as well. I've read some Miles comics, but a universe that I've seen across my like For You page, my YouTube, is the Absolute Universe. The Absolute Universe, I'm like, what the hell is this? I see the artwork of like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. I'm like, damn, why they look so fucking ferocious and scary? What happened to these guys? I got more into it, did some little research, and I get into what the Absolute Universe is, but after seeing different mini heroes in that, I got the question in my mind, since there's Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, what if Sega was like, F it, why not join the hype train and did an Absolute Sonic? Now, I know you're asking, what is this absolute thing you're talking about? So, long story short, after watching videos about it, it's pretty much like classic heroes getting reimagined to like different personalities, personas, and with like more grounded story, darker sometimes, intense story. Seeing these classic heroes in a new light, their stories be cooking. For the first issues I've seen, they are indeed cooking with that shit. And after seeing that, you know how my mind goes with the video game characters. Like, imagine we get this Absolute Sonic or Absolute Mario. Like, just imagine, mainly for Sonic for this video. But I'm like, how would that work? And then I thought about it some more. We technically already got that multiple times. And I say that because we see Sonic in a different light so many times. If you're like a mega Sonic fan like me, you've seen him in a different light from the comics, games, TV, like, bro, hell, even the fucking movie, which I'll talk more about later. I guess maybe even fan-made stuff too. The fan base for Sonic is genuinely so incredible and massive. We're used to seeing this. Now, for like, in terms of looks, I kind of want to point to the games because, like, as you know, in the Absolute series, we get different looks of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and they all look incredible and scary. But with Sonic in the games, he kind of has like a similar personality in most games, I would say. But then, the looks, the forms he gets, yeah, that's some different shit. When you think of Absolute Sonic, you could picture this with Warhol Sonic, because, well, he's like a more angry version of himself, and a Warhog. If I show like a casual, a person that's not really into Sonic like that, or maybe even like an old, long-time fan, and they see this like, what the f happened to Sonic? Yeah, Sega happened, man. But you could point to that. You could point to Dark Spine Sonic. It's probably my favorite one. Bro, the way he was talking in this, his design, he genuinely looks like a demigod in this form. Overpowered as shit. Yeah, the lines he had in this, that's a different Sonic. And I got some other forms in general, but we'll get to, trust me. But personality-wise, the Sonic we know from the games, cocky, radical, hero. Some people look for him for like hope. Some people look for him for like bravery. Overall, good guy. And he likes to chill sometimes too. You'll see Sonic in a different light, reimagined when it comes to like TV and the comics, especially the comics. But for TV-wise, like in Sonic X, his ass was just lazy as hell, annoyed most of the time. He, would have fun and stuff. He was also a hero in this too, so similar but different. Sonic Prime, he was like more of like a kiddish in a way, like the games really. Sonic Boom, it's kind of hard to talk about Sonic Boom because his ass is doing all kind of things in that shit. So I feel like the Sonic OVA is kind of like a mixture of all this, from like his personality from X to Underground to like a Prime. It was more serious too, especially with Metal Sonic, which, speaking of Metal Sonic, you could say Absolute Sonic could low-key be Metal Sonic. Imagine like this was Sonic at first and then he like died or something like that and then turned into Metal Sonic. You know how scary and like how, oh my god, that'd be a good ass story. This is Sonic personality now and like, oh my god. Oh, hold on, I'm cooking. Speaking of Sonic X, a great absolute form of Sonic is really Dark Sonic. We all know this. The Sonic that we know is super form, godlike hero, turned evil with this dark form, and the way the fans, including me, like to view this form as like a dark villain in-game type of form. When all else goes wrong, we get this. And he doesn't revert back. Yeah, he continues this path. I think when it comes to like violent path of Sonic, reimagined, this would be like one of the first things you think of. Because what if he actually lost it all and can't go back and he continues his form and goes stronger and stronger? I don't want to be dark, but he definitely attack his friends, cause massive destruction to his area. He's looked upon as a villain now. Different artworks and comics also make light of this. Like we see, it's one of my favorite fan comics ever with like dark form Sonic. Because I actually show y'all a little highlight clip for that. A Dark Sonic comic by Dragon Arts with the Z. So off rip, it shows Dark Sonic just put up pissed the f off like, Shadow, my guy, What the hell did you do? Which, by the way, I found out with the context. I think they said in the comments too that, like, you remember the Shutting the Hedgehog game and different paths you can go into that game? Bad path that you can go on, the timeline of what if he actually went this way in like this comic. So that's dope. But yeah, Sonic does this creepy Joker laugh right here, and the art is just wonderful. I love it. And the art style, the paneling remind me of like a webtoon in a way. Sonic then proceeds to go off on him, like just tell his ass off. And he even brought up Maria. Oh no. Oh shit, this is the trigger word for Shadow. Even saying if she saw him right now, she would wish that he was dead instead of her. Damn, oh my god. Shadow is getting angry, rightfully so. And they're both just finna lash out all this rage, emotion, and power right here. And when they was ready to scrap, that's what they did. But with amazing action, they clashed. Now the comic ends with a DB style like punch. But either way, this was dope. The build up, the lead up, and the what if scenario is amazing. And that's how fans could create this and go beyond with the simplest stuff in this Sonic franchise. See what I mean? And if you want to go like violent, you know, devilish, I hate to say, but yeah, Sonic.exe. Now, even though this is kind of like a fan, well, it really is a fan form. You know what Sonic.exe did? Once again, like the whole story behind it, the creepypasta, the artworks. Yeah, what I said with Dark Sonic times 10. It is genuinely horrifying. I talked about it in this video. I don't want to talk about the scary stuff again because I rebuke this shit. Now, let's turn to the comic, because the comics, they just do the work for you when you talk about like a reimagination of Sonic. When I think of more of a violent path to Sonic when it comes to Absolute, definitely Fleetway Sonic is a key factor. That's like one of the first things I thought about. The form itself, the design, and plus the personality. The fact that he almost off this guy right here and legit beat up. I'm sorry, Knuckles. I'm sorry. You just can't catch a break. He fucking dropped Knuckles. This form reminded me of Hollow Ichigo in Bleach, or if I say Lord Ichigo. Yeah, the whole scene. Boom! Same scenario, going away from the violent path. Imagine if you got like Sonic in the anti-hero path. Hold on, I just realized, oh my god, not even bullshitting. This is really just Shadow, bro. Like even the movie Sonic 3 highlight that if Sonic didn't have friends like that, he would have been like Shadow. So this is really Shadow. And if we're talking about the comics, this is Scourge. I'm telling you, they write itself. It's so many different characters and versions of Sonic already a thing. Oh my god, did they really create the Absolute universe? The fact that I could really point to Shadow, Metal Sonic, Scourge, hell, even Silver, that's crazy. It is actually crazy. A good version of Sonic, different from the games, could be the movies, because we get more of a grounded story and more of his backstory with, you know, his mother, quote unquote, finding a new way in life with new people and new surroundings. Is really just this too. Talking about Absolute Sonic, you could talk really about the comics or even like the movie. Those are great versions of Sonic that we've seen in a different light. Going back to the Archie comics, low-key, we already had Absolute Sonic. Why? Just read the Archie comics, man. The way Sonic acts in that, you can talk about the King Sonic, Limits, that Sonic. You can talk about a whole bunch of stuff that happened with Sonic over the course of the Archie comics before, like even pre-Genesis Wave. If you're a fan of Sonic and you've been in the community for a long ass time, you just see fans create so many different scenarios and like fanfic Sonic in different lights so many times. Hell, fucking comic video I did with the fan comics, and there are a lot more out there. Like if you're in the fandom, just do a deep dive in the Sonic community, you'll see. Oh, and I should probably throw this in the video. The reason I mentioned it earlier, because I'm not really tapped into it. I've seen of this. It does look very interesting. I gotta look into it more. But when you're talking about a reimagination of Sonic franchise, I have seen the AU series. Is like an alternate universe series with different Sonic stuff about it, like lore or stories about them. It should look dark as hell, I ain't gonna lie, and I will say more about this, but once again, I'm not really tapped in. But if y'all are, y'all comment down below how this will go hand in hand with the concept. I had at least mentioned it, show light of it in this video. And just going off that, like my version of Absolute Sonic, like I said, I point to other stuff, but like if I was to create a story of Absolute Sonic, whew, that's tough, because I'm pretty sure someone already made it in the fan comic or like a fanfic somewhere. But one of my ideas, y'all finna steal this, but one of my ideas was like, what if Sonic was in a world with no Eggman? How would Sonic's story be from there? What would he do now? What friends would he have? Or what if Sonic, say for example, this moment with the limit shit, how he did his crazy ass move, what if he actually killed Eggman? And that's it. Everyone looks at him different, And then he goes down that dark path I mentioned earlier. Then you got the Meta Sonic stuff I'm talking about earlier. What if Sonic past was found again by Eggman and turned him into Meta Sonic? Damn, it's kind of like a conspiracy theory now, thinking about it. So many versions you could go with this Sonic personality in general, or just in terms of the story they made for you. Yeah, it's so many ways you can go. And you know what? I gotta see a lot of likes for this. If I see a lot, then I'm gonna do a video for sure talking about the other Sonic characters and how they would be in an absolute universe. And as always, if you comment down below your pitches and stuff, I will put in the video too and talk about it. But yeah, I got some other ideas, like if you want me to do Absolute Mario or like other characters. I got some good ones in my head. Stay tuned for that. This could be a new series on the channel. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. Comment down below, like the video. I'm out. Peace. Oh, bye.